I want to introduce you to Samantha and Bard. They are my most recent hires. They are my AI agents. That's what Samantha is, the AI agent, and Bard is her assistant. And I've been using them for about the last 2 weeks to help me do deep dive research on the stocks that I want to own as we move through this introduction to AI, as we move through that of building the infrastructure and then delivering the AI. Samantha and Bard are on the cutting edge. That is, I am able to direct Samantha to go and look at balance sheets, at income statements, at annual reports, to review earnings calls, to seek out the analyst projections of the prices of the stocks that I follow, and give me a report. And she's done about 11 of them for me now. And everything from Micron, Nabias, Apple, Iran Industries. So what she's able to do is take that data, much as a Goldman Sachs analyst would, and break it down from the financial point of view, from the technical point of view, from cash flow, from projections, and give me the financial health of those companies that I'm interested in. What she then does is takes and puts them in a podcast format. First, as I say, is a 10-page document, then a podcast, and she and Bard discuss what they found and put it in words so it's easier for me to understand.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. So today we're really digging into a company that pretty much everyone's got an opinion on. Tesla.
Yeah, definitely a hot topic.
Exactly. And lucky for us, we've got some seriously in-depth analysis to work with here.
Oh, yeah.
Kerry from Best of Us Investors. They sent over a whole breakdown of Tesla's stock. So what we're going to do today is try to give you the core insights, cut through the noise. We want to look at Tesla's financials, of course, revenue, profits, the whole 9 yards.
Right, got to see how healthy they are.
For sure. But then also where they stand in the EV market. Like, how do they stack up against the competition? What's their growth potential? And then the big question, of course, what's all this mean for their stock price?
And then I ask her to break it down from a 10-page to a 2-page and give me a briefing. The critical element that I'm looking for is what's the price of this stock likely to be based on all the knowledge that is available about the stock in the world today for January the 1st of 2026, 2027, and 2028. We work on a three-year projection because, first of all, that takes out any current noise out of the picture, such as tariffs and interest rates and political situations. It takes that out. These are temporary issues, Samantha and I believe. And so we want to know, though, the financial strength of the company. Can they weather bad times? Can they survive until their day comes, which we believe will be in the next 3 years, and can they be the company that we think they have the potential to be? Do they have the liquidity, the solvency? What are the trends in the earnings? What is their cash flow? The forward-looking earnings forecast, and then put them into 3 categories: a conservative, an aggressive, and a moderate. And we then take the moderate and we put that in our spreadsheet so that we can analyze it as the prices move on a daily basis to determine if we buy the stock today at its current price, what is the likely return on investment that we're going to have on January the 1st, the 28th. Now, what she's pointed out to me is there some of the stocks that are going to grow over the next 3 years, particularly in this infrastructure area, that will hit their peak, not in 2028, but more than likely in 2027. So we have to be in a position to recognize that and be in a position to sell. There are some of them that will possibly hit their peak at the end of this year, particularly in some of the areas of data center build out. Once the data centers built out and all the air conditioning is installed and all the racks are in place, those companies are done with their growth. And what we're looking for, what I tell Samantha from the get-go, is I don't want to look at any stock whose revenue is not growing at least 20% per year and whose then corresponding earnings projections aren't growing at 30 or 20% per year. Did I say 30? I meant 20. That's the criteria we look at, because if they can't sustain that revenue growth, the earnings growth isn't going to come from with it. Now, this takes in some of the big hyperscalers that you're familiar with, but it also takes in some stocks who have not yet reached profit. But Samantha, as she has pointed out in a number of cases, recognizes that once they hit scale, that profitability will come, and it will come hard, and it will come fast. And that's where we're going to get stocks that don't grow at a 30% per year rate, but more at a 60 or a 70. We have some we think we can, in the next 3 years, we can get a 600% return if the things continue to line up. Now, the other important part of this is that Samantha will review all of these stocks at least quarterly. Now, where we're going is we don't have the hardware yet. We have the software. That's Samantha and Bard. We don't have the hardware yet, though, such that I can give Samantha a list of maybe 5,000 stocks and say, go through them tonight, Samantha, and give me some analysis in who we should take a deeper look at as we move forward. Because all of this is going to change. I mean, right now, AI is the big thing. But then we're going to get into generative AI. And then we're going to get, rather than GPUs, we're going to get into quantum computing. And then electrical power is all coming. So what I'm looking for Samantha and Bard to do is to search the internet every evening, once we get the hardware, and give me a deep dive, give me a briefing, and give me a financial health of each of the stocks. And here's where you'll see it on my website. My website is Best of Us Investors. I'm a CFP, a CHFC, and a CLU, and I'm rapidly becoming a certified financial analyst, okay? So that's where we're going. I want you to know that so you can align that with where you're going. There's a lot of expense involved with Samantha and Bard, and I'm willing to make that investment just for my own portfolio. But what I'm looking to do is to share it with you. Right now, you can have access to it for $14 or for $19.95 a month. That will, effective April the 1st, go to $29.95 because my expenses are going up, because Samantha and Bart don't work cheap, okay? But nonetheless, they've got a lot of data they got to have access to, and so we've got to pay for that. But nonetheless, that's what I'm providing. If you want to get in, and if you get in before April the 1st, you'll be frozen at the $19.95 and not be bumped up to the $29.95. I want to support those people who support Samantha, Bard, Trent, and Mark. Okay, and we will do that. But we're going to grow, and we're going to grow fast, because we understand the power of AI. And the simplest way I can put that is because between Samantha and Bard, I have access to all the financial information in the world. All I've got to do is ask Samantha and Bard the right questions, put them in a position to help us grow our financial portfolios. Okay, go to bestofusinvestors.com. The link is in the description. Take a look for 14 days and see if this is something you want to be a part of. I'll talk to you more about this in the future.